Arda Güler. What does he see that others don't? Why are so many people watching Arda Güler? It is not simply because he plays for Real Madrid. It is not because he can score spectacular goals. And it is not because he became one of the most exciting young players in European football. There is something more interesting happening. When Arda receives the ball, he often seems to know what he wants to do before the defender has understood the problem. And that may be the most important clue to understanding why Real Madrid wanted him, why coaches trust him, and why millions of football fans believe his ceiling could be extraordinary. The easiest thing to notice about Arda is his left foot. The harder thing to notice is everything that happens before he uses it. Watch him when he does not have the ball. He searches for spaces between defenders. He adjusts his position. He changes the angle of his body. He looks for teammates, opponents, and possible passing lanes. Then the ball arrives. Sometimes he turns. Sometimes he releases it immediately. Sometimes he carries it forward. And sometimes a tiny movement is enough to make the defender believe the ball is going somewhere else. This is where Arda becomes particularly interesting. UEFA technical observers have highlighted his ability to operate between the lines, change direction with small touches, and disguise his passing intentions. That disguise matters. At the highest level, defenders are not simply reacting to the ball. They are reading bodies, hips, eyes, and movements. They are searching for information. A creative player can gain an advantage by giving them the wrong information. Arda can shape his body as if one option is coming, keep another available, and delay revealing the decision. The technique is visible. The thinking behind it is not. And there is evidence that this way of understanding football appeared very early. Vitor Pereira, who worked with Arda at Fenerbahce, later described a young player who was already looking for solutions before receiving the ball. That detail is important, because great creativity does not begin when the ball reaches your foot. It begins before the ball arrives. But intelligence without execution is not enough. You still need the technique to turn an idea into an action. And this is where Arda's left foot becomes so dangerous. He can break lines with passes. He can combine quickly in tight areas. He can switch the direction of an attack. He can create the final pass. He can threaten from distance. He can deliver set pieces. And if defenders give him shooting space around the penalty area, he has already shown that he can punish them. This combination makes him difficult to classify. Is he a number 10, a right-sided creator, an attacking midfielder, a deeper playmaker? The answer may still be developing, and perhaps that is part of what Real Madrid saw. When Madrid signed Arda in 2023, they were not buying a finished footballer. They were investing in a collection of rare abilities. Arda was only 18, but he was already playing senior football, representing Turkey and attracting attention beyond his own country. UEFA had identified him among the young players to watch in European football. Barcelona were seriously interested too, but Real Madrid moved for him. Carlo Ancelotti was personally involved in the process. Arda later revealed that Ancelotti had called him several times and explained where he could imagine using him. That tells us something important. This was not simply a speculative transfer based on hype. Real Madrid had a football plan for him, and the club was already following a familiar strategy. Instead of waiting for every elite young player to become an established superstar, Madrid had increasingly been willing to identify exceptional talent earlier, bring it into an elite environment, and allow it to develop alongside world-class players. Arda fitted that philosophy, young enough to improve dramatically, experienced enough to have already faced senior football, technically unusual, positionally flexible, and with a potential ceiling much higher than the player he already was. But potential is one of football's most dangerous words. Thousands of young players have been called the next great star. Talent alone guarantees nothing. Arda still had to answer the difficult questions. Could his body adapt to the intensity? Could he defend within an elite structure? Could he make decisions quickly enough against Champions League opponents? Could he survive when spaces disappeared? Could he become more than a collection of brilliant moments? And most importantly, Could Real Madrid trust him? That question has changed dramatically. During the 2024-2025 Champions League campaign, Arda played only 142 minutes. One season later, that figure passed 1,000. He started 13 Champions League matches. Across Real Madrid's 2025-2026 season, he played 51 matches and more than 3,200 minutes, producing 6 goals and 12 assists. That is not the workload of a player waiting for an opportunity. That is the workload of a first-team footballer. And his role was changing too. Arda was no longer interesting only when he approached the penalty area. He was becoming increasingly involved in how attacks were constructed. Xabi Alonso offered one of the clearest descriptions of this evolution. He spoke about Arda bringing clarity to the game and explained how greater involvement from him could improve the team's collective dynamics. That word matters, clarity, because a midfielder does not always improve a team by doing something spectacular. Sometimes he improves it by recognizing what the next action needs to be. Speed the game up, slow it down, play forward, recycle possession, move into another space, bring another player into the attack. Former Real Madrid coach Rafa Benitez noticed another important characteristic while working as a UEFA technical observer. Arda wanted the ball. He kept appearing around the play, searching for possession and looking for the right pass. That hunger to participate separates certain creative players from others. Some wait for the game to find them. Others keep moving until they find the game. And then there is the ability to learn. Toni Kroos noticed it. When discussing Arda, Kroos highlighted not only his technique, but also his willingness to observe experienced players and learn from what they did. That may prove just as important as his left foot, because Arda is not a completed player. He still has weaknesses. His decision-making can become more efficient. His pressing can improve. His defensive positioning can become more consistent. He still has to prove that he can influence the biggest matches week after week, not simply produce exceptional performances in individual games. And his ultimate position may still change. Those questions should not be hidden. They are part of the story, because the strongest argument for Arda is not that he has no weaknesses. It is that his strengths are becoming increasingly difficult to dismiss. In the 2025-2026 Champions League season, he produced 2 goals and 4 assists and started 13 matches. Against Juventus, his control and creativity earned him Player of the Match recognition. Against Bayern Munich, he scored twice in a Champions League quarterfinal. At the end of the campaign, UEFA's Technical Observer Group named him the Champions League revelation of the season. The potential had started becoming evidence, and that changed the conversation around him. For years, supporters wanted Arda to receive more minutes. Then they wanted him to start. Now the discussion is becoming much bigger. How central should he become to Real Madrid's football? Can he play alongside the team's other creative stars? Can he become one of the players responsible for controlling matches? And eventually, can he become one of the defining creative players of his generation? In Turkey, the expectation is even greater. Arda understands that. He has acknowledged that he is seen as one of the great hopes of Turkish football, and has spoken about wanting to create a path for the generation coming behind him. But expectation is not evidence, and popularity does not guarantee greatness. That distinction matters. Football history is filled with gifted young players who were asked to become legends before they had finished becoming professionals. Arda should not be judged by comparisons with legends. He should be judged by what happens on the pitch. And right now, the evidence tells us something more interesting than any comparison. His rise does not look accidental. Different coaches have identified different pieces of the same footballer. Vitor Pereira noticed a player searching for solutions before receiving the ball. Carlo Ancelotti saw extraordinary quality and the character required to play for Real Madrid. Toni Kroos noticed his desire to learn. UEFA's technical observers identified his movement between the lines and his ability to disguise decisions. Rafa Benitez noticed how constantly he searched for the ball and the right pass. Xabi Alonso saw a player capable of bringing clarity to Real Madrid's football. different people, different moments, different observations, but together, they create a remarkably consistent picture. A technically gifted footballer, yes, but more importantly, a footballer who appears to process the game differently. And perhaps that is the real reason Arda Güler matters. The spectacular goals will travel around the world. The assists will fill highlight videos. The left foot will attract attention. But his future may ultimately depend on something less visible. How quickly he sees the next problem. How well he understands the space around him. How effectively he hides his intentions. How consistently he chooses the right solution. And how much responsibility he can eventually carry at the highest level. Real Madrid made their decision when Arda was 18. They did not need to know exactly what he would become. They only needed enough evidence to believe that the way he understood football could survive at a much higher level. 3 years later, that belief is beginning to look increasingly justified. Arda Güler is no longer fascinating simply because of what he might become. He is fascinating because the player he is becoming has already started influencing football at its highest level. The question is no longer whether the talent is real. The evidence has taken us beyond that. The question now is much bigger. How far can this football intelligence take him?
See it before it opens. Feel where the game will go. Arda, let the football speak. One touch, one thought, one flow. From Istanbul to Madrid, through every test and night. The future is not promised. He must earn it in the light. Before the ball arrives, he is already looking